Today's subject is willful sin. Is there any kind of sin worse than willful sin? When I read Psalm chapter 19 verse 13, it said, "Keep your servant also from willful sin. May they not rule over me, then I'll be blameless, innocent of great transgression." Now, this willful sin it could be said presumptuous. It said willful sin. However, the way I understand of this willful sin, original meaning that I know that it's a sin, but I cannot resist against sin, so I do repeat same sins over and over. That is willful sin original meaning. Now, if I do willful sin, presumptuous sin, then based upon the doctrine, I may not be saved, because that's not God's will. So, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is, okay, let me think about it, and I think one by one and confess that, oh, I did this wrong and this wrong. And then, if there is another person, most of sin is, between human beings. So I have to forgive, or I have to be forgiven by the other person. And finally we have, okay, I'm sorry, forgive each other. Now, 1 John chapter 1 verse 9 said, "If we confess our sin, God is faithful and just to forgive us our sin and to clean us from all unrighteousness." Now, what does this mean is when I confess my sin. So, eventually at the end of, personal life, or before we die, we confess, "Please forgive me." Then we may be forgiven because our confess. But the problem is, the sin I don't remember, because I cannot confess about that. Then that sin cannot be forgiven. Don't you agree? Sometimes I don't believe that is sin. Based upon my belief, my faith, whatever. However, according to the rule above, could be sin. Then, because you have not or did not confess your sin or my sin, there's no ground I can be forgiven because I cannot confess. So the willful sin can be forgiven, but the sin, I don't know, I'm not aware, cannot be forgiven. Don't you think this sin, I am not aware, is more serious than willful sin? What's your opinion? Thank you so much for your watching.